Hey, what's up, guys? It's Brad, and today I just want to talk about some political viewpoints that I have right now. It is 11/12/2020, and as we know, every single day things escalate, things change. It's an up and down. Are the Democrats going to win? Are they losing? Is the deep state going to get drained? Is Trump going to get flushed? Is he going to get assassinated? Who the fuck knows? Your guess. I'm just going to say your guess is probably as good as mine. I'm not arrogant enough to think that I have all the answers. I do a good amount of research on this, but really, who knows? Here's my thoughts, though. I think that as of today, the here's basically what it is that I've been saying this for a while. You really, there's really only one thing. It's like a singularity event. There's really only one thing that's going to unite this world. QAnon has talked about it for a long time. Common sense, to me, says that this is the one thing that's really going to bring people together. Liberals, yeah, they're fucking idiots, but they're still God's children. They're still brothers and sisters of us. And we really have to, if Jesus Christ and God forgave us for all of our stupid shit that we've done, we have to open our hearts and forgive other people too. But here's the thing, is that I'm also going to tell you, yes, they're fucking momos. They're absolute retarded. They're just so dumb. Like, they're not going to listen to the fact that there's tons of voter fraud. They're going to keep lying and saying that Trump supporters are racist, when in fact, complete inversion of reality, they're Satanists, yes. So, all this evidence is going to come out. The coup d'etat against Trump is going to roll forward. I think that there are some patriots in the government that will actually have Trump's back. But I do also think that, the way that the cabal and the way that this criminal organization works is they use blackmail. So many of these people, Barr, I liked Barr, but, clearly that dude is involved with the swamp. All these dudes, they must have something on them. They must have some form of blackmail on them, because otherwise they would grab their fucking balls and be like, dude, I love this country. I'm not allowing a communist takeover of this fucking country. I'm gonna press charge. Like, I'm going to drain the swamp. But we're not really seeing a lot of that, obviously. We're pretty much just seeing just Trump and his supporters. That's pretty much the only people that want to say that, want to actually do anything about it. So I think what's going to happen is all this evidence is going to come out. More than there is, and we have plenty, just to go over some of the more recent evidence. We have evidence of proven voter fraud, affidavits, people putting their face on video, talking about it, releasing taped conversations with federal agents, trying to coerce them to forget about the voter fraud that they saw. Project Veritas released a bunch of this great undercover footage, and they're a well-vetted source and whatnot. So, there's just like a ton of evidence, mountains and mountains of it, and mountains of evidence for everything else too, that the Democrats and the Rhino Republicans are doing in the swamp. But they're all going to deny it. The mainstream media is going to smear Trump, and they're going to smear the supporters. But I believe ultimately the thing that's going to do it, and it's just like, we might have more time until this happens. There's still the FISA declassifications that have to come out. The legal stuff. Really what it is, a lot of people just don't read. and they have to have someone else tell them what to think. Just because, it's Chris Cuomo, they're going to, believe him over somebody that's making a lot of sense like me. Or somebody that's making a lot of sense like Dan Bongino, even though he's a little milquetoast. A lot of respect for him, but a little bit milquetoast, Alex Jones, the guy's nobody's been more smeared than that guy. But he's been telling the truth. David Icke, all those guys, that are conspiracy theorists, term made up by the CIA, have been vindicated. They're everything they were talking about, a one world government, Operation Lockstep, all this shit has been proven to be exactly what happened this year. So I think that the one thing that's going to do it, as I've been saying before, is video evidence of high-level government employees committing satanic ritual abuse. Liberals won't go for, and they won't get on the side of going back to God and actually being inclusive of people with different political beliefs and shit like that, and actually seeing that Trump's a good guy, and hopefully he is. Who knows? But I know I'm trying to be a good person. I identify a lot more with Trump than I do with the liberals, but it's going to be video evidence of that because it's so sickening. The only people that will be like, well, that's fine. I hate kids too. If anybody can watch a video of a little girl getting her organs harvested and begging for her life, or being raped and it's as if that's not bad enough. Satanic ritual abuse is the most heinous shit you've ever heard in your life. And it goes on in the government. The CIA had operations called MK Ultra, Project Monarch, where they would do mind control experiments on people, where they wanted to create a Manchurian Candidate, like that movie, where it's an operative, where they say a code word or they trigger them. Because they're in such a deep programmed state of hypnosis, when they do that trigger, they just go and do whatever they want. They literally had a CIA-based program where they tortured and raped and murdered children. You can look all this up in your spare time. But there are people that do this shit. So when those videos come out, I believe that is what's going to unify us. And then anybody that disagrees with that, that's like cool with Satanism, those are going to be the Satanists. You're going to hear Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and all these people be like, whoa. They're like, what's the difference? That's our religion. Are you a Satanist file? It's just a religion. They'll find a way to smear it and invert it and telling a lie big enough that, we all believe it, right? Because, it is, most Trump supporters that I met, I'm serious, like most Trump supporters I met, they're just like people that want to live their lives. They're pretty chill. They're not like, they're not like these fucking Karens that you see at the goddamn storm, to be honest with you, where they're like pull your mask up over your nose. To which I say, hey, what are you, my fucking doctor? Suck my dick. And I just fucking walk on. And I don't give a damn if they kick me out of the store. It's like, fuck you. Who the fuck are you? You dumb bitch. What's the fucking mortality rate of COVID? I have a temper, and that's true. Whatever. It's you got to stand up to these people. Fuck them. Who the fuck are they to tell you what to do? Most Trump supporters are pretty nice people. They just want to be left alone, and they just, they're considerate and inclusive, and they don't give a damn, whatever. But, there are certain things that we're just not going to put up with, okay? Like, we're not going to put up with Satanism, okay? We're not going to put up with you going and sacrificing and torturing animals and overthrowing governments because you're sick and you need the power. It's just bullshit. No, fuck you, okay? Period. That's it. Fuck you. And we're really hoping that the liberals will see, like, oh, damn, they're really doing that. And I believe they will. I believe that, most liberals are, for the most part, they had this elitist, dumb attitude of, like, they just think that they're better than you. They just, like, had this attitude of, like, oh my God, don't you know that's fraud? And then they don't bother to read it, and they're like, they're so dumb. Like, they all have that type of fucking attitude. Like, it's gay as fuck. It's like, dude, do you even know these statistics? They're like, what about Trump? What about Trump and his lies? I'm like, what lie? Point to a lie. And then they're like, it's just the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen in your life. They can't come up with any evidence. So, yeah, I don't know what that is, but the point I was making is that once they watch that video, they watch a video of it, because it's hard to do that. It's hard to read through the evidence. It's hard to sit there and watch a little kid get tortured and raped and killed. It's really hard. Anybody that has a soul, like, it's, you're dude, it's life-changing in a way. Like, you'll have fucking, I have like minor PTSD from this shit, So, I remember I showed it to one of my friends who's not a liberal. He's a conservative guy, and he He was like, dude, turn this shit off. Like, I'm getting, like, really pissed. And I'm like, I know, but, like, you need to get pissed. You know, you should be mad that this shit is going on. You know, because this shit is going on. And if you can't even sit here and watch a damn video of what's going on to these kids, or these women, or these men, whatever, this torture, you know, imagine how they feel. They're the ones being tortured and murdered, you know? The least we could do is watch it and expose it. So I guarantee you that these liberals haven't seen this, unless they're involved in it. And there are a good amount of them that are involved in one way or another in this satanic cult. And I'm not saying it's a Republican Democrat thing. In fact, there are a lot of Republicans that are a part of this cult, okay? But, you know, may they be exposed, because this is wrong, you know? And I think that when people see this shit, they see this video, they see these different videos, they will come around, and they will come around, and there's no doubt that they exist. If you want to do some research on it to prove to yourself that it does exist, go and look up red rooms on the deep web. I'm not saying go on them, but I'm saying look up what a red room is on the deep web. In case you didn't know, most of the internet, like 99.99% of the internet, is called the deep web. It's just basically uncategorized information stored on servers across the internet. Most of it is absolute, it's like nonsense. It's like saved passwords, it's like essays, just like shit that's on the internet is the deep web. Below that, well, within the deep web is the dark web. In order to gain access to the deep web, you need to use a different type of browser, and you need to basically use like a Tor browser. I'm no expert on the fucking deep web, but use a Tor browser, and then you go to the deep web Wikipedia, and you're gonna get this long address, you know, and you log on to these sites using a VPN, and you tape over your fucking whatever you call it, your fucking camera and shit, and you go and you access the deep web, and you can see all this stuff for yourself, or you can see screenshots of the deep web, and within that there's the dark web. And the dark web is, you know, more colloquially known as, like, you know, Silk Road. It was like where you could buy drugs, you could buy guns, you could hire prostitutes, you could even hire hitmen there. Then they have these things called red rooms, and they have all these different, you know, it's a huge hub for child porn. It's a huge hub for snuff films, meaning people getting murdered on video. If you don't believe that exists, again, you're not aware. It does exist. Children, bestiality, every dark thing that you can possibly imagine is on the deep web, the dark web. So, this stuff exists. Frankly, why it's not exposed, why there hasn't been someone to come forward is, I don't know. I mean, probably because it is so closely guarded, and it's such a damning thing that it's very, very well protected somehow. But it just needs to come out, man. Like, and I believe that it will. It can't stay secret forever. Someone is gonna have their reckoning and their coming back to Jesus moment where they're like, I need to get this out, even if I serve 50 years in prison and I die in jail. You know, I need to get this out. So you better believe this shit's real, and you better believe that, you know, members in government worship Satan and they're part of this shit. And when it all comes out, that's going to be the big unifying moment. But until then, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like, there's almost nothing that you can say that will convince liberals to look at the facts. You know, there's probably a good amount of them that are walking away. But you notice many of these psychopath, dumb, fucking liberals are in government. And they're literally making laws. And they're literally overthrowing the United States with communism. And it's like, man, it's really like the dumbest, craziest thing you've ever seen in your life. Like, who would want, well, a Satanist would, right? Because, again, you know, look at any socialist, communist country. Look at these assholes, you know. Who would want, if you ask me, what I would want if I theoretically was president or ruler of a country or whatever, it would be like, I would want everyone to be as happy as possible, successful as possible, free as possible to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do, have great health care available for when accidents happen, have, great protection for the weak and the elderly. But I also think, everyone should be, instead of learning about LGBTQ freakonomics, you should learn how to fucking dress a wound. You should learn how to shoot a gun. You should learn how to farm. You should learn, the intricate workings of the universe, physics, math, whatever you're interested in. Produce something great with your life. And, just explore your gift. Like, that would be the best. That would be the best thing for me. I think that would be the best thing for everyone. And it's about empowering people instead of controlling people like socialists and communists do. I mean, it's just the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard in your life. And then you have all their dumb lemmings that go along with it. But I think that you're going to have a mass awakening when that shit starts to come out. Who these people really are. Who Hillary Clinton is. I mean, look at these people, dude. Look at these people. They look evil as fuck, bro. Like, there's something about these people. Like, think of this. Biden gets on stage. Hunter Biden got on stage with his fucking dad the other day. How the fuck is that even possible? Bro, imagine the arrogance you have to think that you could do that. And he's there, he's smiling, he's like, like, yeah, I just fucked the country over. What are you gonna do about it? Ha 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 ha, I win, you lose. Dude, that is some sick shit, bro. I don't know what to say about that. That's crazy. These people are crazy. So, I don't even know where I was going with that. But it's like, dude, that shit's truly nuts. Alright? AOC to get up there and be like, oh yeah, we need to be... I'm a democratic socialist. Bitch, you're a bartender. You're like a hot girl. That's all you are. You're like a hot, dumb girl. How about you take my dick in your mouth? That's what you should fucking be doing. Shut the fuck up and don't be telling me about how great communism is. Fuck off. Okay? As a Jew, I remember the fucking Holocaust. You can go fuck right off. And that's it, man. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Hopefully Trump is for real. Hopefully the movement is for real. And things go, they're not going to be normal. Maybe they'll be way better than normal. Maybe after all this, everything will be great. Trump will get rid of the Federal Reserve, and we can have a currency that's based on, something like the gold standard, or based, I don't even know. But there has to be some type of financial reset as well. Because again, you take a look at the financial reserve, or the way that works. You just print money. How the fuck do you figure you could just do that? And then you look at who gets rich. It's certainly not me. It's certainly not you. Me with my evil hat here. They limit my reach so fucking much that I can't. It's a good thing that I've been in business as long as I have, because that allows me to sustain myself, and I know how to grow. I know how to grow without any of that. But I do believe there needs to be a financial reset, because you have people like Biden and Hillary and Soros and the Rothschilds and this whole bullshit banking system. They're making a fortune, and then the average citizen, you're barely getting by. I don't care who you are, you're barely getting by. And you're not going to be doing well under a communist system. All it would take would be for them to hyperinflate the currency manipulation, relative value of the dollar compared to, say, the yuan or whatever they have, the yuan in fucking China, would be all it would take for the dollar to collapse and the buying power of it to collapse. And then you need $500 to get a loaf of bread, like it is in Venezuela, and you're going to be on the bread line. Unless you're prepped, you're going to be on the fucking bread line. So you know how to hunt, and you have like a crew of people that'll fight these fucking people off, but they'll figure out another way. They'll have drones. These people are sick. The people in charge are sick. Why we would ever want to do that is so beyond me. I have no idea. I guess they're Satanists. So that's where we're at in my eyes. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to go to my blog, bradholiday.com if you'd like to check out my product. I have a lot of stuff on politics there and all that, as well as just a ton of info. It's a great product. I keep it as affordable as possible at 150 bucks, and trust me, it's a great deal. I've sold different parts of that product for like $500, $400. I've charged quite a bit of money in the past for the coaching, but I just feel good about selling it at that price. It allows me to keep going. I don't have a lot of overhead here, so it's cool. And yeah, support the business if you'd like. I also have coaching, and that's another great way to support the business. And that's about it, guys. Talk to you soon. Peace.